What is up, y'all? We are back, and today I want to talk about OCD for a little bit. I know there are a lot of people that follow my channel that deal with OCD. So today we're going to talk about how OCD can attack different subsets. So my OCD started at a really young age, and it's kind of complex, where I don't have OCD about one specific thing. Some people, they deal with OCD about, certain types of things. My OCD likes to attach itself to whatever's important to me, and I'm sure there's a lot of people that have the same experience. So for example, for a point in my life, I was really focused on building a strong relationship with my daughter. So my OCD would have me second guess that. It would challenge me. It would make me feel worry about whether or not I was doing the right things, regardless of what I was actually doing. Then when I started to get a handle on that, my OCD realized that my health was really important to me. Now that I have children and a wife to provide for, I started to really focus on my health. So OCD started to bother me about all sorts of contamination, whether I was going to get sick. For a while, I was really fixated and worried about contracting HIV. Everything red that I came in contact with, to me, was HIV-infected blood. And I was constantly worried about this, constantly looking over my body for scratches and cuts. And did I touch this? Did I touch that? Constantly going and getting tested for HIV. It was absolutely absurd. And so I started to get a handle on that, and then I started to deal with the injuries and started having surgeries to kind of repair my body and get it back into shape. So my OCD realized, okay, he's really focused right now on his physical health. I went through that TSW, which is, God answered all my prayers there. It's absolutely healing beautifully. Even when I'm flared up, it's super manageable. So my OCD realized, wow, he's really focused right now on his physical health. So it makes me question every single thing that I feel. If I'm walking up a stair set and I feel anything in my legs, it's like, oh, is there a problem with your knee? Oh, is your ankle messed up? Oh, all of this stuff. And it was just starting to get out of hand. So as I'm working on that now, it's so funny how this works. I'm working on this now. Haven't thought about any of the contamination stuff in, honestly, feels like years. Been focused on the physical health. The moment I start to say, hey, enough of this, I'm not going to react to any of these spikes of adrenaline, of these triggers. I'm not going to respond. The first day I start doing that, my mind sees something red on that counter and says, is that blood? Did you touch that blood? Do you have any cuts on your hands? That's probably HIV blood. And it just happens so quickly. So you have to be on guard, or you can go from working on one subset and gaining a little bit of a handle on that, or I don't want to say gaining a handle on it, because the correct way to go about it is to release all control. Release all control. Have no emotion towards it at all. No pro, no con, just no emotion. So as you start to be able to practice that, your mind and the OCD might jump to another subset. And now, it's one day later, and I'm at a job site, and now my cortisol levels and my anxiety spiked, and I'm worried about a subset that we haven't thought about or dealt with in a year. So it's really important to be on guard and being self-aware of what are the things that are triggering you. So I know this video is kind of all over the place. It might be hard to understand, but it's really important, and this is going to be the critical part of this video for people that are trying to change their life. So I hope that you listen to this far, because what is going to happen to you is, because of that spike of cortisol, because of that anxiety spike, what happens is 2 or 3 things down the line is where you're going to explode. Maybe you get home, you've been stressed out all day, maybe your kids are crying, so now you can't handle, your kids are bothering you because they're crying, they're just being kids, they're making noise. Then you get a client that texts you something, so you're just like, and you react to that client. and maybe you act out of character, maybe you respond in a way that you wish you didn't, and you think to yourself, you know, this client just, but wait a minute, it's not the client. It's not the step before that, your kids that are running around crazy, just being kids. It's not them. It's not the fact that you got home from work late. What it is that you let the OCD trigger, spike your cortisol. You stayed in rumination, so now your levels of anxiety are high, and that trickled into being upset that you got home late. It trickled into being short with your kids because they're just being kids and maybe they're being loud or whatever it is. And then the third thing down the line is the text from the client, and now you've overreacted. So it's so important to be on guard about these things, because I'm learning it's not the thing in front of me that's making me upset. It's usually 2 or 3 things behind it. And for me, it usually leads back to me doing some sort of obsessive compulsive behavior that can lead to that. So I wanted to bring that up today because it's something that I'm dealing with in my life this week. It's something that I'm very excited to have this insight, this new insight about, so that I can really start to rid myself of a lot of these behaviors that are not serving me. So I hope this helps somebody. Like always, like this video so other people can find it. Super excited with the growth of this channel, putting out YouTube shorts, putting out a weekly video every single week, no matter what, and staying consistent with that. So happy with the subscribers, but you guys are not doing your job. You're not telling me what the next challenge is. Before, when we were getting to 1,000 subscribers, every 100 subscribers we gained, I went out in my community and I donated $100 to an organization that I felt did good. Not to change the organization, just to show appreciation to the staff, because they're the unsung heroes. So you guys need to let me know what this challenge is. It doesn't have to be a money giveaway. It can be something else that we do. It can be some sort of giveaway. But what is that challenge, and what is the check mark that when we get there, that's when we make good on the challenge? So leave that in the comments. Love you all. Have a great day.